welcome to the podcast by the Literature Times. Today we are joined by Mr. Krishna Suresh for his latest release on Soft Skill Unleashed. Hello and welcome, sir.
Thank you, Literature Times, and thank you, Laha, for this invitation. And looking forward for a breezy session of interviews from you. Thank you.
Yeah. Sir, I would love you to introduce yourself a bit to our viewers and the readers.
Let me introduce, I am Krishna Suresh, Doctor of Alternative Medicine and an NLP, Master NLP. And I am in the soft skill trainer for the last 13 years or so. In fact, I have traveled a lot, and especially with regard to training all fraternities from doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals, bankers, students, you name it, it is there. And it has been a very interesting travel for me for the last 13 years. And I would love to meet new people, make them see, most importantly, I'm an NLP. So most of the people are, in fact, have a lot of mindset changes, have to be, blocks are there. So I would like to meet them, give them the hope and give them the tools for them to come out of it. And that is what is my brief interview. I will let you know more about it when we travel on to this interview as such.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, what inspired you to write Soft Skill Unleashed, and why do you think soft skill is crucial in this AI-driven world?
Yeah, see, as far as, see, I started off training as such because I met most number of people. So I started writing for a magazine or for an IT section in Chennai based. And I have written more than 100 articles on that. And that was a compilation of my first book all about soft skills. It was a Kindle, Amazon Kindle book, and it was released, and the response was very good. So, but that had a lot of other aspects also, other like business skills and other things. But exclusively, I wanted to do soft skills. But that is the reason I, in fact, reframed everything into a book which is meant only for soft skill, and that was the reason for the born of Soft Skill Unleashed. As you asked, how is that in a world this soft skill is going to matter? See, anything for that matter can be, in all these technical skills can be automated, but not soft skills. Soft skills, you need to communicate, you need to show empathy, and you have to know, take into adaptability and emotional intelligence. Most importantly, emotional intelligence. How best you're going to handle emotional intelligence. That is what is, which makes soft skill today a mandatory. It's no more an optional. Soft skills is not an optional subject henceforth. It is going to be a very mandatory skill in this fast AI world.
Definitely, sir. And sir, how did your experience in training professionals across different sectors shape the content of the book?
See, as I told you, see, most of the people, irrespective of students or bankers or healthcare professionals, even doctors, there is one underlying condition is a lack of communication. The communication part of it is very much on the want. See, not that, see, communication is not just we talk. There is something beyond it, what we listen also. So most of the people in this very fast world, nobody has that kind of a patience to listen to people, and especially in healthcare. People who come to the healthcare part of it, they want somebody to listen to them. And I do accept the fact that doctors don't have time to listen, or for that matter, can't spend much of the time. But what about the others? The other healthcare professionals can look into it, listen. So if you listen, there is a trust based on whatever the whatever is being said, and there is somebody is there to listen to you. When that happens, there is every possibility of the burden on the patients and burden on the person is reduced to a greater extent.
Definitely, sir. And so many people focuses on technical skills for career success, but why do soft skill often make a bigger difference?
See, technical skills will take you to you'll get you a job, no doubts about it. Your IQ, that is called the IQ part of it. But where getting a technical skills alone is not going to solve any issues, because again, you'll go into the job, but you have to meet people, you have to interact with people, you have to meet lot of things as far as your superiors are concerned, and the people who are there in the team. You have to get along with everybody. For that, you need interpersonal skills. The interpersonal skills plays a very major role. So, as far as uh, the hard skills are concerned, okay, fine, you can get it. You take an exam, or your IQ is what you call judged, and you get into a job. From there, it is only you have to grow from there, and from there, how do you grow is what is very important. And there has to be a lot of hurdles out there, and you have to outwit and you have to outperform everybody. Everybody does a job. See how the management differentiate between the one person. All of them are technically skilled persons, right? So when technical skilled persons are there, there has to be some difference in what is that you are, and what is that? How is that you are going to what you call overcome them? You're going to take them on. So how is that you're going to take them on is very important, and you make sure that you are in a position to edge them over that. That is the reason soft skill works and communication works, your empathy works, everything is there. So, as far as these skills you asked me, how soft skill is going to magnify you? The magnification point is only the emotional intelligence. Okay, so that is what is today is very important aspect for the growth part of it. You can anybody for that matter, you can get into you get a marks from the university, go apply for a job. The principal interview is there, and that you will get along, because the interview is not going to be based on your soft skills. It is going to be based on your subject. What is that you are? Today, the times are changing, and everybody wants to look into the EQ. Today, IQ plus EQ makes you a perfect candidate. And previously, it was only IQ. If I say, oh, you have scored 95%, excellent. And what is that you know about that? Say, for instance, if it is going to be coding or if it is going to be anything else, it will be mostly on the hard skill part of it, and they will move on, and you will be shortlisted and you will be taken into the company. From there, how you go, that is what is the soft skills, which is going to take you further.
Definitely, sir. And sir, can you share a story from your training sessions that illustrates the transformative power of the soft skills?
Yeah, absolutely. See, if I want to list out, I have seen my book has got a lot of experiences of people. One such I would like to share here is when I was training a senior nurse from the most reputed hospital in Coimbatore. And she's technically sound person and not just a pushover or something like that. She is very good. She was able to articulate. Her communication was very good. But only thing, there was a fear among the what you call the way of her communication. Though she was very much in the articulating type, but she was not able.
Mhm.
She didn't have that patience to what you call take her team around, and there was a lot of complaints about her, and there was a sense of fear about her, though she was a very technical person minded again. So what had happened, I found out from her. I had a brief discussion with her. I found out from her that it was burnout stage. She was in a burnout stage because she has a very important profile of having maintaining an ICU standards, and people out there. You have got a team. You have to perform. There is no zero tolerance, zero mistakes. You cannot have. So she has put a cover in terms of her communication. Then I told her, okay, you are doing a great job, but at the same time, you have to take care of your team and your self. Self is also very important. You cannot always keep on abusing your health for the sake of your work. Okay, you have to spend some quiet time, that is in other words called meditation. Do some meditation, do some, and as you have to show empathy, putting yourself into this, putting others. See, that is what is most important as far as the healthcare is concerned. The empathy part, how is that empathy plays a vital role because it gives you a satisfaction. At the same time, it's satisfaction to the patient and satisfaction to the co-workers, that is your colleagues. And that is what you won't believe. And she took down my number and she used to perennially ask me, what am I supposed to do, sir, and everything. And I used to mentor her. And today I am proud to say that she is doing fine. She is doing fine, and she has shed with all our the change of mindset, you call it, and that is the importance of soft skills. There is one such. There are many cases. In fact, I had the opportunity of training the jailers also in a Chennai prison. So there is a lot of things. Bankers, see, bankers, they do have a lot of issues as such. See, anybody, not that I cannot single out. Everybody has some issues, but the issues can easily be what you call. You have a mindset to accept. It is something like you go to a doctor. You go to a
Mm.
doctor, and doctor gives you medicine, and you cannot ask why is that you are giving me this medicine. So same way, when as a psychologist, as an NLP, as a soft skill trainer, I know what is that you want. And if you are in a position to accept it, there is a solution to everything. Okay. So that is the greatest thing soft skill is capable of. And this is the story which I wanted to share it with you.
That's amazing, sir. And so emotional intelligence is a key part of this book. How can someone start developing it in their daily life?
So EQ is something which I told you. It was coined by Daniel Goleman way back in 1995. So this emotional intelligence, mostly people don't understand why is that it is called emotional. See, you cannot be emotional at the same time intelligent. There is something which you have to be intelligent. First of all, to know about yourself. Do you know about yourself? How is that one has to know about yourself is self-awareness. Self-awareness, how does it come from? Because you have to know about your shortcomings, your what is that you know and what is that you don't know. For that, you have to have a deep introspection, not only with you and with your colleagues, to know about yourself, and that gives you a best way to know about you. That's called the self awareness. Then you call the self regulation. That self regulation is what, knowing about your impulses. Do we get angry, and how is that? You see, even once you get angry, you are gone for good, because people will be very susceptible to you, talking to you. They won't be as free as what you are. Never show your anger to anyone. That is what we prescribe as far as emotional. Not that we have to what you call control the anger. The
Suppress the
anger can
anger.
be,
Yeah.
yes. You need not suppress it. It has to be diverted in such a way that your anger is went out. At the same time, it doesn't harm yourself as well as the other person. The third and the most important is the motivation and the empathy part of it. The motivation part of it is how you motivate your colleagues, your people, and the empathy. These are the factors of emotional intelligence. These, when you try to do this, be aware of whatever you're doing. Practice empathy. See, as far as soft skills, emotional intelligence, everything is concerned, it has to be practiced. Without practice, nothing comes in. Okay, not like other skills. For instance, some skills you learn it once, and then go, it will be there. So for skill learning, I'm telling you, it will take 21 days to learn a new skill. Like, say for instance, for the viewers, I'm telling, like driving a car
Yeah.
or a scooter.
Mm.
That is easy for 21 days, but not like soft skills, because you have to communicate everywhere. This awareness should come in front of you. Okay, I'm not going to get angry. There is, and what is there? So most of the people, I do say, when people are stressed or people do want to have a what you call, I said, if somebody is going to, if your superior is going to charge you again, just simple keep asking yourself, so what? Not directly to the people, to ask yourself, so what? So what will not take this emotion into your head, or else the whole day will go off. Not only that, you will be brooding over it for quite some time. So that there are every possibility of you spoiling the whole day. And there are one more thing which is there. We will be losing. There are a lot of chemical discharge which is happening there in our brain, and people don't understand. And you see, youth, okay, fine, it'll be fine now to intimidate people by anger, intimidate, so say, hey, he's an angry person, go near him. All these things will be what you call fine now, but at a later stage,
Mhm.
when you practice anger, it will go off. Not only it will tell upon your health. So emotional intelligence, you have to have an practice on a day-to-day basis and just keep aware about yourself, not to get impulsive. Don't react, just respond. Don't react, just respond. And that is what, and take empathy and motivation into your stride so that definitely you will be in a position to practice it.
Definitely, sir. And sir, how do soft skills contribute to leadership presence and influence in professional settings?
Yeah, see, leadership presence is not about authority, which I wanted. Which I've been repeatedly telling my clients and repeatedly telling my training sessions. It is not about authority. It is about influence. How do you influence? See, influence as a leader, you should be in a position to lead. The leaders, they are, the communication has to be clear, it has to be clarity, and it has to be what you call, you have to manage emotions. As a leader, you cannot vent out your emotion. You may have 1,001 emotions behind you, but you cannot vent it out. And you have to definitely show empathy. See, as a leader, many cases I have come across, the people who are in the helm of affairs, they do shout at people who come there and ask for a half a day leave, or say, for instance, there is something in an emergency. So you have to show empathy. Put yourself in the shoes of others. Anything for anybody for that matter can happen. So you have to weigh the position, show empathy, and stay composed under pressure. And again, taking responsibility is the action of a leader. Soft skill create, see, that is what is created by credibility, and you have to have a proper connections with the people. These are the hallmark of leadership. So the three pillars of the leadership, the impactful leadership, is to credibility, confidence, and the connection which you create and build up a fortress of leadership.
Definitely, sir. That's great. And sir, in hybrid or remote work environments, which soft skills become the most important and why?
See, hybrid again. This hybrid culture is started after COVID, hybrid and this remote workshop, but remote working. But
Yeah,
again, see, one thing is very evident. Wherever, whichever form of, whether you are in office or in hybrid, the one thing is communication clarity. You have to have a proper communication clarity and no room for any kind of assumptions. Okay. So you have to be very clear in your communication, be abstract, don't what you call wave around, or travel around. Be at the point, because you have to, every end of the day, you have to give a report or you have to be in an office. So whatever it is, do to yourself. And the most important is, the first is the communication, second is the emotional intelligence. Very important today, emotional intelligence, and the most important is the body language. Today, visual communication occupies around 55% of today's communication. 55% is being occupied by visual communication, 38% by tone of your voice, the vocal communication. Only 8% to 7% is your verbal. So you know pretty well, when you are the same question, when you raise the tone, it sends lot of messages. And again, your body language. They say anything is communicative as far as body language is concerned. You can read a person as far as body language is concerned, what emotion they carry behind it, all those stuff. So the second part is as far as body language. The third part is most important, is the self discipline. The self discipline. See, you have, even if you are an hybrid, or for that matter, even in remote work, accountability is very important. Don't you do, you are not doing for anybody else. No supervisor is needed for you. You have to do it for yourself. I would like to say, when I would like to try a small story in this. When a person, see, one guy who is a sculptor, he started doing a fantastic idol. So by end of the day, the owner comes and sees the idol, and he says, "Why you have kept it aside? Why you are not taking it up for work? Why are you doing it again?" He said, sorry, sir, there is a small mistake there in the nose of the idol, which I chiseled out. So I don't want to pursue it. I will do a fresh thing for you. The owner says, come on, boss, it is going to be 15 feet ahead. Who is going to see that? So this guy who is a sculptor, he said, sir, I am not doing for anybody else. I am doing it for myself. I derive a lot of pleasure doing it for myself. I don't need. There is one person who is looking from outside. He is from the skies, and he is there to look into us and how we work. How we work. So that is the everybody has to look into it. We need not have any kind. Do it for yourself. Do it for accountability. Do it for responsibility. And you people are working on that phrase, the way you go about it.
Definitely, sir. And sir, how can students or young professionals apply the lessons in your book to stand out their careers?
See, again, this has been, I've been answering this question. Don't wait for soft skill to come to you. It has to be started right from the school days, and it has to be in the curriculum. Because earlier we had moral sciences, all those things were there. But today, see, in this fast world, communication is not to the standard. Wherever I find, even the top professionals, which I told you, they lack the communication, which has we see a lot of misconception, especially after the arriving of the social media. And you know pretty well there are a lot of things which have been misunderstood. The people don't understand. They think the assumptions are there. So I say work on confidence. I will only tell the youth work on confidence, networking, emotional control, and adaptability. Your degree may get you the first job, but that is not going to suffice. Be sure, but your soft skills will shape you for your life. And make sure that awareness of the soft skills has to be there in every frame of your mind. Okay, we have to be very careful in just it's a moment only, whether to talk this or not to talk this, whether to go ahead with this or not. So these things will shape you for a good career as such. Okay. So we have to be very mindful about it. There is another chapter in the soft skill called mindfulness, which is again an elaborate one. So we have to look into. There are a lot of things which has to be learned in soft skills. So
Definitely, sir.
youth has to be really focused on it. Don't wait for it to come till the colleges. I now find that colleges people are calling to take a separate session on soft skills. That should not be right from the school days. Soft skill, leadership, communication, empathy, all these things should be there a part of their curriculum.
Definitely, sir. And sir, conflict resolution is challenging for many. What practical advice does Soft Skill Unleashed provide for handling different situations?
The soft skills, I mean, as far as conflict is concerned, I will tell you the base where the conflict arises. It is only perception. Perception is the beginning of all the conflicts. So when you are, see, for instance, and we cannot expect everybody to like us. So we cannot everybody to validate us. We cannot expect everybody to accept us. Okay, everybody has got their own point of view. Okay, that is one. Secondly, conflict arises where there is more of what you call differences in the way of functioning. It's based on the personality.
Mm.
Every personality is not the same. We are divided by four personalities as such. A director personality, what you call a socializer personality, a thinker personality, and a relator personality. These personality will overlap on each other. So that is the reason you cannot communicate directly with the director personality, because there are two directors cannot communicate properly because they both of them are leaders. So we have to
Yeah,
understand. Once you understand that, it will be easier for you to navigate and make sure that the scenario is eased out. See, one thing you have to do as far as conflict resolution is concerned, give them a pause. Just wait for some
yeah,
time. See, carefully. See, emotionals are high in conflict. So give a pause. You need not use this immediately to find a solution. And the second most is listen. See, which I do, which I most of the people I asked, your communication has to be more assertive in terms of
Yeah,
don't be what you call aggressive or passive. Be assertive. Okay. So you give them a space, you move a space so that every possibility of conflict getting resolved out there. So third is acknowledge. Just acknowledge for whatever it is being done because we have to give them space. When you give them space, we have to acknowledge what they say. Respond calmly. Put in your ideas. Okay. So in feedback also we do give a, what you call, if you are asking me for give a feedback, no, whatever the suggestions which you have to give, no, that has to be in the middle. First is
definitely.
you have to give the praise. So you are doing an excellent work because secondly, these are the changes which you can bring in and sum it up with another phrase called you are doing a great job. So you at the same time you are not offending anybody. At the same time your feedback reaches them in appropriate way so that they are not disturbed. What you call psychologically. At the same time, whatever
Yeah,
the suggestions you are given, it is taken. And the response, this is what is response and giving a feedback. The most importantly, seek a solution to it, not a victory. You need not
definitely.
think that it's a victory. It is only a solution which is seeking a solution. Okay. We feel, see, when people feel heard, conflict dissolves faster than the arguments. So arguments will stay, but the resolution, you will get it.
Definitely, sir. And so, what is that one message you want your readers to take away from the book?
See, there are a lot of aspects. More than around 49 topics are there in this book. So it is a handy book for all, right from college students to the top management people. It's only a very, very, what do you call, it's not a high jargon or a highly book. It's a very simple book so that everyone can understand and make sure that see the mindset. See, now only one thing is with as far as the book is concerned. I have traveled and see most of this is real world experience of mine. I have gone through various phases. I was an exporter. As an exporter, I have traveled a lot. But one fine morning, the what you call the providence didn't allow me to further in that. So I chose this line of training, and I derive a lot of happiness in training people, meeting people, and one thing which I practice is be happy, make others happy. So that is
Absolutely,
what
sir.
So that is what is my thing. And the take home, as far as the book is concerned, each chapter is precious, whether you name it, and it is there for everyone to go through the book. And it is a well compliant book, well compiled, well thought of. And what are the what do you call the examples or the stories which I shared is all well thought of.
Definitely, sir. And so, looking ahead, how do you see the role of soft skills evolving at workplaces continue to change and AI becomes more prevalent?
Yeah, as I told you, see, AI is there, it's based on algorithm and automation. So that is a different line. We cannot encroach onto that line because we need that AI. Today's AI is very predominant and everywhere it is there. But again, human skills are more precious than AI. Everything cannot be a mother and father cannot be automated here. And that is what is
Yeah,
that is what we are made of. Okay. So we are made of soft skills. So soft skills is human skills. So it is a life skills. So life skills need these kind of see for to show empathy. Where can an automation show empathy? It cannot show empathy. And there are a lot of
definitely.
instances I have come across also when you are chatting with chatbot also you ask one line it is going on a different tangent line. So everything is cannot be automated, and I say around 85 to 70%, 80% can be automated. And these 20%, we need these kind of skills, human skills, to interact with people, and that can only keep going.
Definitely, sir. So, thank you so much for sharing your insights and your journey with us today. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I'm really grateful that I was able to have a conversation with you regarding the soft skills because it's the most basic human thing we can have, actually, being a human. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining us today, and I really hope to meet again soon.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you, Literature Times, and thank you, Laha. It has been a splendid time for me also to share my views, and I will continue to do it. And whenever you call, I am there available for you to take a session for you people also. I would like to people. That is how, see, I have traveled to US, Singapore. Wherever I go there, I find people. As I told you, my passion is to meet people, tell them, boss, this is how to and come out. Don't be worried about anything. Change your mindset. Mindset is the root cause for everything. Change it, and we should be in a position to enjoy this world. The world is for only enjoying. Always be happy. Okay, see, experience do come. Consider that as an experience. Don't mix it up with your happiness. Happiness should be on one parallel side, and the experience has to be on the other side. Okay. So
Definitely.
I would really thank Laha and thank Literature Times for giving me this opportunity. And thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.